I'm John Birath, Executive Officer for Operations at Moore County Schools. Today I'm going to discuss with you the update to the plan for sustainable improvements at existing school facilities and funding request for implementation as presented to the Board of Education at their January 22nd work session. This is not a new presentation to the Board of Education or to the public. Back in December of 2016 and January 2017, and at February 2018 work sessions, we have presented the ongoing needs at all of our existing schools. These identify all the health, safety, welfare items that are needed to be improved at the existing school facilities, as well as end-of-life cycle replacement of building components and systems. The result of this analysis yielded there are over $72 million of needs at our existing schools that need to be conducted within the next 20 years. Our current support of our capital improvements at our school facilities consists of $750,000 provided by the county and approximately $800,000 from the North Carolina Lottery. That's a total amount of $1,550,000 per year. These funds do not come at one time. They come at various intervals throughout the school year. The plan that has been presented to the Board of Education identifies a growth of $1,950,000 annually from the county to help begin to chip away at this looming task of $72 million of needs. Although the funding had not been provided in fiscal years 2018 or 19, we are presenting the need again now to the county and urging them to consider allocating this additional funding. The plan does not address everything with only $1.9 million a year being added. There is an identified period of the year 2024 when a group of large cost projects must be conducted at the same time and be funded through another opportunity, whether it is through a general obligation bond, a limited obligation bond, or other strategic funding strategies. The plan is presented to the board at the work session is looking at the next year's critical needs. As part of our stewardship of operations, we carry over funds at times from year to year to allow us to tackle larger cost projects. We also utilize the best practice of stewardship and appropriate allocation of fundings to always have a reserve of $400,000 in our capital funding to address any emergency situations that come up, such as failures of boilers or other system components in our schools, and not spend the account down to zero. Our current allotment from the North Carolina Lottery is $1,004,224. Our capital funding, less the $400,000 in reserve, is at $1,165,621. With a requested expansion of the capital funding of $1.9 million, this will bring an available fund balance of $4,069,845. The attached request for capital improvements for the next year at our school facilities totals $4,086,375. We believe that although this is a slightly higher cost than the indicated allocation of funding, that through some efficiency of the projects as listed, we will be within this limit. While the list may be difficult to read at this size, it is attached to this report. This is not a priority list. This is a list just by school alphabetically of the needs at those schools. What you will see in this list are many health, safety, and welfare items at schools that need to be addressed, examples of which are related to communication within schools. Working with our Chief of Police, Arthur Fry, and other law enforcement agency representatives, it was clearly stated that communication is the #1 priority in our schools for a safe environment. Therefore, on this list, you will see items such as replacing phones, intercom systems at almost all facilities as a priority item. You will also see replacing of aged-out fire alarm systems in our facilities. We are also trying to increase our presence of video camera surveillance at our schools that are lacking it or are short of that amount at their campus locations. We also have numerous building systems items and mechanical items that are failing and well past the end of life cycle. Some of those items that I want to draw your attention to are when you take a look at automation systems that need to be replaced at New Century Middle School, Southern Middle School, and Vast Lakeview. These are critical operations to the heating and cooling and indoor air environment for the students and staff at the schools. These systems are well past their end of life and are at risk of failure. Should these systems fail, we will have problems trying to deliver heat into these rooms and cooling into these rooms. So in this document, you can see 3 columns of funding sources. One's titled Lottery, the other's Annual Capital, and the third one is Supplemental Capital. The lottery is the lottery funds that I previously indicated, with the annual capital being our current levels. The supplemental capital is where the additional $1.9 million would assist us in funding. Should we not receive this funding, these items do not go away. These items just get kicked down the road one more year and become at greater risk.